Folks, the Justice Department, they've released a new video showing the actions of those moral degenerates who tried to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Yes, I call them white domestic terrorists. And you had some black folks and others thrown in there, but they were largely white folks who wanted to overthrow the Capitol to stop them from certifying the election for now President Joe Biden. They did so at the behest of that thug, Donald Trump. Watch this. If you want to understand, like now, I've had all these fools on my Twitter timeline in the past 24 hours talking about, oh, it was just they were taking selfies on that day, and they was just the only person, who got murdered was Ashley, Babbitt. No, she was a thug who tried to storm a barricaded building. So if you want to understand all these people and how they are now they're claiming false flags, check these fools out. Watch this video. Close this door in the U.S. Capitol, but you see these fools on the other side trying to use chairs and trash cans to keep the door open. Oh, you see them attack a police officer with a trash can? You see that? This is actually what happened. The video was just released. You see how many of them, wearing gear. And so I had a bunch of these old thugs on my Twitter timeline talking about how, they were peacefully escorted into the Capitol. They were allowed in, no problem, by the police. Really? That's what we're seeing right here? That's what we're seeing right here. This shows you the thugs, the terrorists that Donald Trump unleashed on the United States Capitol on January 6th, and for every single person on Congo who continues to try to make excuses for these shameful thugs, shame on them.
Yeah, definitely my first time seeing that one. And it speaks more to the point of why Alex Jones was subpoenaed along with some others today, because they talked about the January 6th commission. They have the receipts, man. They talked about all of the stuff Alex Jones said, what he said while he was there, where to go, and the like. This was all orchestrated. And not only were these guys in there committing acts of terrorism, they thought that Trump was going to be with them because he said, I'm going to be there with you, and then went back to his little bunker to watch all of this go down. One of the challenges that I have a problem with is that we are not seeing cameras in these federal trials of these guys, because they look all big and bad when they're down there at the Capitol. But when they get in front of these federal judges, they are whimpering, apologizing, and the like. They all need to be put in jail. They all need to be. And on top of that, they were cowards. You're going to push a woman through that window and not go in there, on some man stuff, and you're supposed to be all big and bad. These are like terroristic cowards, man, and they all need to be incarcerated for the maximum length of time. And speaking of time, I just feel these trials are taking way too long. I know we got the QAnon quote-unquote shaman, who got 40-plus months, and some other people. But it's been too long, Roland, and some of these guys are just walking free, chilling. They'll be in federal court, apologizing, and then they'll go on like Fox News and say, oh, yeah, this is a persecution. I'm glad you're showing these videos, man, because they all need to be put on blast. And all your Twitter feed family or not family, more like foes, need to see that as well.
Bottom line here, Julian, these are thugs, and I can guarantee you, first of all, that would have never happened with black people, because when Black Lives Matter came to protest in the Capitol, they had massive security force. That's how they treated black folks. They allowed these crazy, demented, deplorable white folks to run amok.
Crazy, demented, deplorable hoodlums. And again, the flip is always, if this were black people, what would have happened? There would not have been one dead person. There would have been armies of dead people, dead black people, because we are not allowed to act out our rage. But these folks act out, and then it was not even about their rage. It was about their sense of entitlement. They wanted the orange orangutan to be president. Orange orangutan lost the election. They could not stand the fact that they lost the election, and so they decided to overturn it. Like Omakongo, I had not seen that video before, but that video is outrageous. But the entire situation is outrageous. And even more outrageous is the fact that you still have people lying. You still have that orangutan running around saying the election was stolen. No, the only thing that was stolen was his brain, and some years ago. So I look at that and I shudder because the level of inequality, and again, as I said earlier in the program, Roland, the persistence of white supremacy. That is why Omakongo is taking so darn long for these trials to happen, because there are sympathizers. They could not have done any of this stuff had the Capitol, some of the Capitol Police, some members of Congress, and other people enabled them. And those are also the people who need to go to jail.
Absolutely. There is no doubt their involvement in that. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. This weekend for the Bayou Classic, broadcasting live in partnership with Coca-Cola Friday and Saturday. You do not want to miss it. So Black Star Network will be on the scene. That's right, covering the coaches' luncheon on Friday. We'll be broadcasting Friday night. Then, of course, we'll be broadcasting from the Fan Zone. There's a parade Saturday morning, broadcasting that. Plus from the Fan Zone, in addition, we'll be broadcasting the halftime. That's right, y'all. Don't worry about the rest of these folk. Don't worry about it. NBC doesn't show it. We'll be showing you the halftime show right here on the Black Star Network.